Hey, it's your girl Monique 69 Ways Johnson, and I'm here with a new show. It's actually a mini series called Clip on FX on Hulu. It's about the downfall of the Los Angeles Clippers owner Donald Sterling amid the team's drive to win a championship under Doc Rivers. So as if some of you probably recall the story, but I didn't remember this until I started watching and hearing some names. So it's like, oh yeah, that did happen back then, not too long ago, like 10 years ago. So yes, like it jogged back my memory of that scandal. Okay. The scandal of scandals. So um I enjoyed the first episode. I was thoroughly entertained. Um, the cast is phenomenal. They did a good job with the casting. The creator, her name is Gina Welch. They did really good with the casting. Like I said, like I'm gonna try to pop up some pictures up here of the casting in a real life person so y'all can see the comparison if I can remember to put them up there. But yeah, so they did really good with the casting, and there's some great actors, so they did real good. And I'm gonna do a recap review of episode one because they dropped two episodes um on FX Hulu. They dropped two episodes, so I'm gonna do episode one, and then hopefully tomorrow I do episode two. So the next episode 3 will air June 11th. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get these two reviews up. So yeah, I also took some notes, some hefty notes on episode one. So bear with me. Okay, so episode one of the clips is called White Party. So the episodes start off uh as a video. It's like it's chaos. It's like the video is out of the Clippers owner Sterling girlfriend of the video of him talking about being racist, talking about black people. So his girlfriend V dropped this recording, and now the whole world knows of Sterling's real feelings about black people and minorities. And then you see like headlines popping up on social media and stuff like don't bring black people to my game, including Magic Johnson. He got something against Magic Johnson, but we'll get there because it's in the episode. So and then it shows the present at that moment, and then it goes back to 2013. So we see 2013 championship coach Doc Rivers, played by Lawrence Fishburne. Um, he is on his way to LA. I guess he was coming from, I want to say Florida or something like that. Yeah, I think he was coming from Florida. He was on his way to LA because for this coaching gig, and he met with, I think his name was Andy, and he was meeting some people of the Clippers organization. He met Seth Burton, who's the VP and stuff like that. So he was getting introduced to the people in the organization. Um, Doc Rivers said that the Clippers had the worst organization in sport. He would know because he's there. So I'm gonna take his word for it. So, and I can see that it's the Clippers. um, So this is when the owner Sterling and his assistant slash girlfriend V, they walk in, they shook hands with Doc Rivers. They was sitting down, have a meeting. And Doc wanted said he wanted JJ Redick for 30 million for 4 years. He's a free agent out of Milwaukee, and he said they need a shooter. So that's what Doc was offering. Like, he want JJ Redick on the team, since he's a free agent. And yeah, so, and then this is when Sterling assistant V, um she asked Doc, is he trading DeAndre? And basically Rivers said it's none of her damn business. Because she's an assistant. He's like, who's this chick? That's how he was looking. Like, who's you? Who's you? I'm not answering you. You're an assistant. Well, she did overstep her bounds. The way she was moving in that room, she was moving like she's more than an assistant. So, then we get another scene of Doc talks with JJ Redick, and how he needs him on the team. He's a perfect shooter, blah blah blah. JJ said he got his eyes on Minnesota, but are you the missing ingredient for Minnesota for a championship? That's what Doc asked him with that. So, and I guess that got JJ ready to start thinking, considering the Clippers instead of going to Minnesota. Next we see Donald Sterling. I think it was Donald Sterling called, or Doc called Sterling. Was one of the two. My notes are shaky. That's because I was writing so fast. He asked. He told Doc that he asked around about JJ Redick, and the people don't like JJ Redick. And Doc's like, "Who's these people?" Basically, Donald said he don't want him because he is white. And mind you, when he said, I'm like, what the fuck? That gotta, even Doc face was like, what that gotta do what he needs to do on the court? It's like, here we go. Cause I was like, what the, that was like, what that gotta do with anything? And I was with him like, what? And then they was going back and forth, talking about reputation being ruined. Donald said people love him. Doc said no, they don't. And then Sterling said, who are you talking to, you fucking brat? I'm your owner. This is what Sterling said to Doc on the phone. Doc said, you not my owner. And he hung up. And Doc got a call back and said JJ was approved. That whole scene was left field by Sterling. It was like, it was one of the what the moments. And then he get a call back, said, yeah, you can have your player. It was like some mind fuckery, as you will. It was really mind fuckery. Woman, you said he white, and now you say he can't, after you just talking about, I own you, I'm your owner. What? Weird. That's what I said. That was weird. And then we get now we at the white party. The white party is thrown by Sterling, his wife, and I guess the organization. Um, Sterling introduced Blake Griffin. He says the leader of the team. So it was like this little stage, I want to say, and the team was up there. Then that's when Sterling, the owner, introduced Blake Griffin as the leader of the team, and then he introduced Doc Rivers as the coach to the people who was there at the party. Chris, then we see Chris, who was a ball player, who was played by Jay Funds, aka Little Murder from P Valley. It was good seeing him. He played Chris. I want to say Chris Paul. Sterling wife Shelly watched outside as Mr. Sterling assistant / girlfriend V pull up in a red Ferrari convertible. And when she was pulling up, I'm like, who is this? Even Sterling wife Shelly was just looking like, what the NSV pulling up in a red Ferrari convertible. She's an assistant. How can she afford a red Ferrari convertible on an assistant salary? Is what I was thinking and what the wife was thinking. But I was thinking like she doing more than assistant. She assistant, all right. But yeah, she pulled up looking like a baby, styling, profiling, and styling, profiling. That's an old saying. Shelly and her old friends, they like on the sidelines talking shit about Obamacare and how it's a mess. Shelly says the rise of the takers. These people they don't make anything. They don't grow our economy. They just sit around and watch Kardashians. Say what now? Oh, so y'all racist. So okay. Shelly and her friends is hating on V and the young hot assistant and her friends. The young hotties. They was on the sideline just turning their nose up and talking shit, being racist. Yeah, and the wife Shelly, she does not like V. Because she think there's something more with V and her husband, Mr. Sterling. And she is right. Then we get the scene of V on the phone with Lucy. She's trying to get this duplex for her and her boys, and we see her secretly recording Mr. Sterling in their conversations and what he be saying. Then we get a scene of her wearing a negligee while coloring his hair. I mean, her butt is out in this negligee. She had no cover up. It's kind of like a little lacy thing. It's black, so. And she was just coloring his hair, and while she was like in this sexy number, it was weird for me. Coloring, dyeing his hair, and then negligee. Yeah, but everybody got that kink, so I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. So, then we get a scene of Doc Rivers having a talk with Chris. It's like this back and forth montage of him talking to Chris and he talking to Blake about who should be captain or the team leader. And think Blake should fall back because Blake is Sterling choice. Is because he was. I think Blake was Sterling choice because he look he has a certain look. Okay. Um. So Chris, Doc, I think the Doc wanted Chris to be the team captain. So and tell Blake to fall back. Let the Eagles go and stuff like that. So then we get another scene of V is out with her friend Deja at a baseball game due to Sterling counsel on her at the last minute because um she was because in the earlier scene she wanted that duplex and she was trying to talk to him and getting it for her and she was upset or what have you, pouting whatever, and he's talking about he gets some tickets to the baseball game. Cancel last minute, so she ended up taking her friend Deja. V was pouting about Sterling not getting the duplex, and her friend saw Magic Johnson at the baseball game. V mentioned to her friend that Sterling hates Magic Johnson because he's black and successful. He's black and successful, so I said, "Oh, okay. Can't be black and successful, not at the same time." Her friend said you should take advantage of this I guess moment of seeing Magic. Sterling is at the dentist and he gets shown a pic by his dentist who follows V on social media. You see a picture of V and her friend with Magic Johnson. And that upsets Mr. Sterling. Sterling asks V is she stupid or something for walking with a man like that and why she's taking pics with minorities. Like she's not a minority herself. Um she told Sterling that she's going to remove those I guess those pics or whatever with minorities and as they having this as he like trying to express himself about how he feel like berating her or whatever, and she's recording as he talking this mess about Magic and how he feel about minorities and stuff like that. So she's still recording him on her phone. He said, "If my girl can't do what I want, I don't want the girl." I was like, "Woo, okay." And that was the line. What else? We get a scene of Doc checking his voicemail. One from his wife, and I guess the other two was from Mr. Sterling about Chris whining to the ref, and he want him to shake it off and play the game. Like Mr. Sterling want to control every little piece of everything. Like he's the coach. Like you the owner. Let him coach. And let the players play. Sterling talk about Rihanna at the game with her pierced nipples. That's what he left. He left that on the Doc Rivers voicemail talking about Rihanna was at the game with her pierced. I'm like, how you know she got pierced nipples? You must have been really looking. Perverted. Anyway, that was just weird to leave on a voicemail to your coach. Doc was in the sauna room and guess who he ran to? LeVar Burton, Mr. Reading Rainbow or Kuta Kinte himself. Doc was surprised to see him living in LA. And look, Mr. Burton was surprised to see Doc come to LA when he was coaching in Boston, actually. Um, and then Doc said he had it so good in Boston. He said Boston has the best organization. That could be up for debate. I don't know. I can see that though, to be honest, in their history. Um, then we got a scene with V on her knees. Um, her hair was basically on Mr. Sterling lap. I guess she was apologizing over and over again to him about what she did by taking a picture with Magic Johnson. Um, Sterling knows she did it because he didn't get her to duplex. Um, he began to moan. It was like the way the camera, it was like low. All you see was his chest and his head, and he began to moan. I thought she was, you know, that's what I thought she was doing, and but no, she was rubbing his foot, and I was cracking up because I thought she was doing something else, but no, she was just rubbing his feet. Um, Next we get Doc Rivers giving you get a scene. It's before the game. We get Doc Rivers in the locker room. He's giving the team a pep talk about winning a ring one day, a championship. And it's not them. They have a bad boss, which talking about Mr. Sterling, Donald Sterling. Um, Donald is like he said. Donald is like a norovirus on a cruise ship, making everybody sick. Um, he said taking advice from a loudmouth person off the street. I guess he was talking about V because V is his assistant. And she feels too comfortable in inserting herself in organization business when she's only supposed to be an assistant. Um, he said this team is a Cinderella story in the making. So he was just getting this pep out to the team before they go out there and play the game. Um, we get a scene where Shelly doesn't like V sitting courtside. Mind you, it's Shelly and Mr. Sterling, and then we got V on the other side. Mr. Sterling. So Mr. Sterling's in the middle. So they're sitting at courtside. V is in courtside with them, I should say. So the next game, I think Mrs. Sterling, Shelly, put her in the skybox. Now there's a little competition or a little rift between the two. It's like a tug of war of who winning. I guess a power war, tug of war, I should say. I guess between the two of who's important in Mr. Sterling's life. V is putting pressure on Sterling on who she is to him in his life. He said he loved her and is important to him. Now V is back courtside wearing this interesting dress. I think it was like greenish, bluish, greenish blue. It was like a dress that stood out for a courtside basketball game. So she made a scene. Now she back courtside sitting. After the game, oh, so yeah, after the game, they was in the locker room, undressing. They were starting to undress themselves so they can get in the shower, what have you. And then Chris and DeAndre, the players, are talking ish to one another, and in comes walking Sterling, V, and some white people that the fellas don't even know. I guess they was supposed to be VIPs or something. I don't know. Some white people they don't know. And it was awkward. It was an awkward scene. It was like the play was looking like what the F. And he grabbed Blake's face while introducing him to the people, and he said he could be the next Antonio Banderas. Thinking that Blake is Latino. He doesn't even look like. If I got a picture, I'll put it up. Cause I'm looking like, what? Antonio Banderas say what now? What? Out of order. He then introduced DeAndre, then Sterling. People start taking unwanted selfie pics with Chris. Chris was looking like, and mind you, Chris is half naked. He had no shirt on, and he had a towel wrapped around his body. Like I said, it was after the game. They about to get in the shower and stuff, and trying to go home and stuff. Sterling is basically like showing them off like there are his pets in the petting zoo or something. It was like that was so cringy and awkward as fuck. I'm not gonna hold you. I was like, ooh, the fuck? I know you fucking lying. What? Is yeah. Like these minorities are like pets in his petting zoo and he could just bring people back there whenever. Then he asked Andre how long his arms were. DeAndre, his wingspan. And then he said, you can speak. And then I'm glad Doc Rivers' ass came in and told them to get the fuck out. Okay, because it was weird. It was cringy at best. Shelly got, then we see another scene where Shelly got Donald to sign the updated trust. So this is when Shelly and Sterling was at home. And Donald was at home, I mean. Shelly went to the Chanel store to take back the jacket he got for her for Christmas. This is like around the holidays. And then when she went back to the Chanel store to I guess to take the jacket back, we saw V there with Donald Sterling and her friend Deja. V is trying on some stuff and stuff like that. And then Shelly called V a thief for taking advantage of Mr. Sterling and said what would her mother would think of her if she could see her at this moment or whatever. And then this would it like a switch turn on V. Then V must have blacked out because this is when she called Shelly a witch. And and she said Mr. Sterling loves her and she's going to be the next Mrs. Sterling. While Mr. Sterling just sat there and did nothing. All he just said, don't call names. He just said, V, don't call names. That's it. I mean, he must want her to be the next Mrs. Sterling because he didn't say nothing. He didn't do nothing. Yeah. Shelly, then we get the next scene of Shelly out with her girlfriends talking about what just happened, and she hired a forensic accountant to check the money and find out that Donna bought V the duplex, and how she never felt seen. Everything they acquired together, and Donald's name is like on I think all the buildings or what have you. So she just basically said like he ain't do this alone. I was there. He just took the front, he the face. Basically, that's what she was giving. That's what I took from it. So he's the face. So they acquire everything together. So basically, they in business together. But he just the face. But his name is first on all. I guess on all documents, like the buildings or property they acquired together. So, and we get the next scene of her girlfriends were just talking her, pepping her up, like said she shouldn't take that or whatever. So that's when she was she was having lunch with her girlfriends at that time when she made that spill. Then we get another scene at a game and they was in the skybox. V was served some papers by some guy. And it said that she's been sued by Rochelle H. Sterling, aka Shelly, and is seeking to protect and recover community property in her individual capacity, suing her for $2.5 million. Okay, dollars. When V saw that, she ran her ass to the washroom, and she was trying to call Mr. Sterling. Mr. Sterling and Shelly, they was in the locker room telling the guys, telling them a good job, or I guess in the game and stuff like that. And she trying to call him. His phone's on vibrate. He ain't answering because he with his wife and what have you, and in the locker room with the fellas. So, and she was shook. She was nervous. She was shook when she saw them documents. I'm like, damn, V, what you gonna do? So yeah, so that was the end of the episode, girl. It was the end of the episode, y'all. I'm sorry. Not girl. Y'all. It was the episode, y'all. So yeah, that was clip episode 1, the white party. Yeah, and then I saw some familiar faces that I didn't care to see. Who's part of the basketball team, but that's another conversation for another day. But all in all, I was entertained. It was messy. It was juicy. Even though Shelly is a racist, her friends, they are racist. I don't care for her to get screwed over by V that way. Even though they are racist, it's kind of hard to really root for Shelly because she's a racist. But at the same time, she's a wife that's getting screwed over. So, yeah, but it is what it is. So I can't really take up for her too much. But V had that comment, you was playing a dangerous game. So, and they live in a community state too when it comes to marriage. So yeah, so I would like to see what happened in episode 2. How V gonna handle this? What's next? Is the tape gonna be out next or what? What's the steps? We got to see what happened. But I enjoyed it. If you have not seen clip, I suggest you do because it's good. It's scandalous. It's messy. The first 2 episodes is on FX on Hulu. Yeah, I advise you watch it. It's really good. Scandalous, and it definitely has some what the F moments, and I know you fucking lying. Oh no, they didn't. Yeah, so it's really good. And, phenomenal cast, some good actors, actresses. I must say, the cast is like spot on, almost to the real life people. So yeah, please check it out. And if you have checked it out, let me know what's your favorite parts of episode 1 of the white party. So please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in episode 2. Bye. On track, now we gon' way up. W is as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting